Hey everybody, Julie Murphy here, and I have spent the last 25 years helping people as a certified financial planner. And you know what? We either work things out and we act it out, and we do it through our money, through our health, or through our relationships. And we usually do those things because of fear. So I want to shine some light on the signs of how you may not think that you're operating from a place of fear. You may mask it as like you're being fiscally prudent, but it's actually fear that is the underlying fuel. So don't forget, please hit that subscribe button, like, and notification bell. Why? Because I'm going to help you create a life that you absolutely love, to help you get out of all that subconscious patterning and really shift and create the life of your dreams. And if you could do me a huge favor, if you could also share this, because the world needs a lot of financial healing, and we're all starving for this profound sense of freedom financially that we're just not finding. And I figured it out. And the process I work clients through, I am now teaching here on my YouTube channel. And if you go to my website too, juliemurphy.com, sign up, because I'm going to start coaching groups one-on-one. And you can find out when those are. So let's get to those financial fears, shall we? Because those fears are absolutely playing havoc with all of us, right? And it leaks out. Even if you don't think it's the financials, maybe you got that part licked and you built a bunch of money, but now you're afraid that it's all going to fall out the back door and out the window. It could be the fact that you have fears in terms of you don't have enough, right? It could be your fears that you're still blaming your employer or your parents or the community or the pandemic or whatever. And it's all fear driven because we project emotional shame, blame, guilt, and judgment around our money when we're not in right relationship with money. And I talk about this and how to get out of this in my book, Awaken Your Wealth. And I'm actually, if you watched my videos before, I'm going to put it up here again, giving away the book for free. I pay for the shipping and you just have to pay for, you pay for the shipping. I pay for the book to be printed. And it's a tool to help you walk you through to get past some of these financial patterns that you have. And again, you may be, I categorize people into what I call the poor, the debtors, the dreamers, the accumulators, and the rich but empty. And I will tell you, anyone who isn't considered rich, which means that you don't have to go to work and you can live off of your money, they always feel like once they get to that place, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be good once I accumulate all that money. But why is it that we're not living all along the way? We're trying to attain to this goal. And then once you get there, I work with these multimillionaires. And let me tell you, you get there and you may have financial choices, but you're still searching. You're still searching big time. And you get there and it's not what it was all cracked up to be. And you're like, how do I do this one now? And it's often our fears that don't allow us to actually live in the present moment because we're too stuck on all of our past patterns. And so I want to teach you today in these 5 fears. I want you to start to recognize and see how these come out. These are the 5 most prominent ones that I have really noticed with clients throughout the years. And hopefully they'll help you guys too. All right. So number 1, ready? You're stalling. Right? Like maybe you're acting like an ostrich or something like that, right? You just stick your head in the sand and you're like, what do? Like it didn't happen. There are so many people. Here's a great example of this. How many of you out there don't open up your envelopes, whether it's email inbox, financial stuff, or actual physical envelopes at your house? I have so many people, and I'm talking, I don't care if you're a poor, debtor, dreamer, accumulator, rich but empty. There's a lot of you out there that don't open up your envelopes or your emails with those. We stall. That stalling actually creates a detachment. It's because when we are stressed, one of the stress responses of the human body is to detach. We distance ourselves from it. It's a way that you're coping with stress. So if you start to recognize that you're stalling, or you're detached, or you're not opening up those envelopes, those are ways that it'll come and act its way out. And it could also be that you're blaming somebody else, but we'll get to that one in a little bit. Just start to ask yourself, why am I stalling? What needs to come up and out so that I can heal this pattern, so that I can move on to the next step to create my life? But we have to start to recognize, one, that we are stalling and detaching ourselves. And then two, start to ask yourself the question, why is it that I'm stalling? Because in that is the magic. And if you just keep asking the question, I just did this really great 21 day with one of my buddies, Aaron Dowdy. And on there, I had people say to themselves, I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Because what happens when you verbally tell yourself that you're safe over and over and over again, your body's going to start lighting up like a Christmas tree of where you don't physically feel safe. And you don't know where you've stored those emotions in your body, but it's those emotions behind money, like I talk about in my first book, where you actually are blocking abundance from coming to you because of these fears. And we need to get those emotions that have crystallized in your physical body up and out. Make sense? All right. If not, I have other videos that dig a lot deeper on that. All right. So another way, number two, in terms of how to see the signs that you're operating from financial fear, is trying to get others to conform to your way. So if you're like hell bent and you're in that marriage and you're sitting there going, "You're doing it my way, damn it," there's a lot of people that have that kind of a push energy. So if you're trying to be pushy, I would say that some of my siblings, maybe all of them, would say that the younger version of Julie was quite the pushy one. And I've come to recognize the fact that it had nothing to do with my siblings. It had everything to do with me and the fact that I was in a place of fear. So I was trying to control the environment to decrease my stress because I had financial fears that were coming up. And so when it comes to your money, if you're starting to like really control somebody, like I had a spouse come in one time and he was like, the only reason we're here with a female financial planner because you have to tell my wife that she cannot buy these $600 pair of jeans. It's ridiculous. And he just, he married somebody who was a spender, and it re-triggered all of his financial fears because his parents lost their butt when they were kids and they lost everything. And so again, we call in on some level these experiences that trigger us to heal whatever is emotionally stuffed inside. All right. Number three, signs that you can take a look to see, am I really operating from fear? A sign would be like, are you people pleasing people? Are you just accommodating them and just being like, okay, well, let me see. How do I do this and this and this and this and this and this and accommodate everybody across the board? But what about you? Could you imagine if you didn't operate from that fear? And all the things that you accommodate for other people that you actually did to and for yourself? Think about that. That's huge. Now, some would say that maybe that's selfish. I would say that it's putting your oxygen mask on first, and then you're helping other people. Because you will just drown right along with everybody else if you keep accommodating and operating from this fear place. And the fear might come from whatever. I find there's three patterns. You don't feel loved, you don't feel worthy, or you don't feel like you're enough. My pattern, to kind of give you an example, my dad always used to say to me when I was a kid, you should have been born a boy. You're good at things. Now, before you go anywhere on that one, I love the heck out of my dad. But boy, can he be a lunkhead at times. It's like unbelievable. It's like, Dad, he's like, what? I was trying to give you a compliment. And it was like, you're good at things. But in his wiring, women were supposed to be barefoot and pregnant. Like he had 12 babies, right? So in his wiring, it's like, how did the girl turn out like that accomplished and blah, blah, blah? Like, I was definitely born his daughter to teach him things. But how that wired inside me and why I share that story is that I then hardwired in my emotional infrastructure in my system was that I was not enough. And that gave me even more fuel to be successful and to be out there in the world. And it's like, oh, really? It's my not enough button. So if you've got some version of that going on and you're people pleasing and trying to accommodate other people because you're not feeling loved, you're not feeling enough, and you're not feeling worthy, well, guess what? You have to love the heck out of yourself. You have to know that you're enough and know inside that you are worthy, because you're going to keep seeking outside from other people. And this is where the fear comes into play. Like, if he just loves me, or like that person that you're dating or the employer, and you're just like trying to get that and you never get it. And it's like, because you didn't fix it inside of yourself. But this is a sign for you to start to observe and to recognize that, hey, you know what? Yep, I'm accommodating others. Yep, I'm people pleasing. Yep, it's time for it to change. All right. And don't forget, you can go to awakenyourwealthbook.com. I am giving my book away for free. All you have to do is pay for the shipping, and that can help you in that roadmap to do that. So now the fourth sign is, are you fixing it for others? Gosh, there's a lot of parents out there right now that just can't take the credit cards away from the kids, or they're working so much they're providing for their kids, or they're letting their kids live in their houses without helping the kids build their own financial muscles. There is a lot of that going on today, and I really believe so much of this fuel is because we feel guilty that we worked so much, and that we're not really actually doing that heart connection time. And on some level, we know that, so we try to like fix everything for others. And the challenge is that we're not allowing our kids or our siblings, or even some of you out there are fiscally taking care of your parents. And I'm here to say that you can help your parents out, but you don't have to financially bail them out for the choices that they have made. You can help them out, but you don't have to bail them out. Again, put your oxygen mask on first, and you don't have to fix it. But what I always recommend to my clients is that you step up and you show up in a way that, God forbid something happens to mom or dad, that, you know what? You've done what's right in alignment with your heart, whatever that answer is. Because when they're dead and gone, you're not going to want to have any of that lingering. I've seen that. It's not fun. All right. So number 5, in terms of how you can recognize that you're operating from a place of fear, is that you're not at the flow and you're feeling a lot of resistance. If you're starting to feel resistance, like, I don't know, blah, blah, and you're contemplating and you're in your head, blah, blah, that is pure sign that you are not in the flow, that you are not relaxing into what is. The second step in the process that I walk people through in my book, Awaken Your Wealth, is that you have to accept reality. I see that people are not in the flow of their lives. And you could give me every reason in the world why, Jewel, well, this happened and this happened. I got this debt and this accident happened and my employer didn't give me a bonus and blah, blah, blah. Yes, all those reasons are valid. All those reasons are true. But it's what you focus on. Do you want to focus on something that creates more suffering? Because remember, your thoughts, your words, and your feelings are the vibration that you are putting out to the world that then actually is what creates your reality. So if you want to talk more about how the things are screwed up, or how they didn't work out, or back in the day, you're only going to create back in the day all over again. So I need you to realize that when the resistance comes up, that means something's about to shift big time. So I need you to breathe into it. I need you to relax. And even if it means going to do yoga. Now, some people will say, you know what, I went and had a glass of wine and then I relaxed. Well, that actually hijacks your nervous system too. So, yeah, don't do that. That's a distraction. That's another distraction. That's not actually relaxing. It's not being present in your body. And so when you realize that resistance coming up, just breathe into that. And likely when you're doing that, emotions are going to come up, and that's good because that creates the space for you to get to the next place so that the fears are coming up and out. You're actually feeling the feelings of the fear, because the only way to the other side is through the feelings, by feeling the feelings so that they can dissipate. All right. Well, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and notification bell. Why? Because we're here to help. And please don't forget to share this with friends, family, loved ones, because it is time for this world to financially heal, to find financial freedom, and have this profound sense of freedom, I will say, because we deserve it. We've worked so hard and done so many great things. And now those great things are about to happen to you, but you've got to step into it. We have to release those fears and we need to feel those feelings. All right. Promise me you'll do that. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.